Hello my bookish besties and welcome into another video. Today we are doing another what I realistically read in a week as a corporate America bookish girly. It is gonna be a crazy week, I will be honest. We have this past weekend had a crazy snowstorm, as I'm sure literally like most of the rest of you have, as well as this week is the first week of my new teleworking schedule. So if you've been following along in this series, you would probably know that usually I telework Tuesdays and then I go into the office pretty much every other day of the week. But because I share my desk with another gal and they've changed the policy to where we now have to be out on site 2 days a week, that means I have to telework 2 days a week to like allow her to go out 2 days a week. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully. Because of that, my life is changing, okay? I'm gonna be home 2 days a week. I cleaned off my office cube, closet, desk, which also if you've been following along, you would know that that was disgusting. It was so dirty. It needed that cleaning bad. But that also means some changes to the channel will hopefully be happening. I will be able to read on my Kindle a little bit more because I can't take my Kindle to work. But if I'm home, I can read like during my breaks. My commute's kind of long, so I'll get an extra hour a day every day that I'm from home, like that I'm home. I'll be able to listen to audiobooks a little bit more freely because like I'll have access to my phone, so I'll have Audible and some of that kind of stuff. I will have a little bit more time at home to record and edit and do all of that good stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking this change is going to be a little crazy, but hopefully it'll be good. I don't know how long it's gonna last. Like, I don't know if this is just a temporary thing that only lasts a couple of months. I don't know if this is gonna be like my new normal for the next year or two. I don't know, but I'm gonna make the most of it while we can, while we have these 2 days at home. Plus, I also have every other Friday off work, so I'm hoping that means some big stuff for this year. But you're here to hear what I read this week as a corporate girly. So let's quit yapping and let's discuss what I read. Again, if you've been following along, you would probably know that I started Not Quite Dead Yet literally on Halloween, and I just finished it tonight on Sunday, January 25th, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. The 25th? I'm looking at my computer like I can't just look at the date right there. But anywho, I am so obsessed with this book. It is a 5-star read for me. Did it take me literally like 4 months to read? Yes. But there wasn't a moment that I took a break and then picked this up and was confused or didn't think about it. Like every time I was immediately drawn back in, I thought about it a lot. It brought out emotions in me. It is so sad and like thought-provoking, and I had such a great time reading this. The only reason it took me so long was I had other reads that kind of took priority to this, but I would highly, highly recommend. I think this might be my new favorite Holly Jackson. I have my collection back here. I love A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's a classic, obviously, and I remember really liking the reappearance of Rachel Price. That one I think is probably my least favorite, though. And then I love 5 Survive. I think that's 2. Like, I think my ranking would go Not Quite Dead Yet, 5 Survive, the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, but specifically in the order of As Good as Dead, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then Good Girl, Bad Blood. And then the reappearance of Rachel Price would probably be last, but like genuinely they're all 4 and 5-star reads for me. So this one was so good. And I have a signed copy, which it's always a good feeling when you finish a book that you pre-ordered a signed copy and it's a book you like. I have some books that I've pre-ordered signed copies and then I don't like it. And I'm like, well, now what I do? Because that might be my only copy of an author's work. Like, I'm trying to think who it is. I have a specific example that I'm like thinking of where I ordered the signed copy, but then I read the book and I was kind of like, I don't know that I like this. Oh, no, I was gonna say it was Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I did recently just DNF that, but my copy's not signed. Yeah, I don't know. The point is, it feels really good that this was a 5-star read. I don't know how many pages I've read. Usually in these, I like to kind of give a page count to see how many pages we can read in a week, but I will be honest, I read it mostly on my Kindle, and I can't remember where I started to look it up in the book, but my Kindle said I was at about 80% when I started this morning, so we're at the last 80% today, Sunday. So, I don't know. Say this is 80%. It was about 100 pages. Like, probably 100. Yeah, we're just gonna say 100 pages, okay? You and I, we know what we're talking about, okay? But, anywho, yeah, I'm really happy I finished this. I don't know what I want to start tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm gonna go to work tomorrow, to be honest. It is, like I said, snowy outside. And I don't know that I want to go to work. But also, like I said, it is the first week of my new teleworking agreement, so I don't know what to start next. I'm between the next Mortal Instruments book, or there's another book that was really heavy on my radar. I mean, I have a War of Wyverns that I'd really like to start soon, and the Bands of Mourning by Brandon Sanderson. That's my next Brando Sando to read. Those are kind of high on my radar. Also, Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I have to read Hellbent ASAP. One of my most anticipated reads for next year is literally Deadbeat, the third book. And I still haven't even read Hellbent. I hate being a reader sometimes. Like, the decision paralysis really, it paralyzes me. It does its job, and it gets me, okay? Anywho, I'm just rambling. All that to say, I'm gonna go to bed now. I don't think I'm gonna read anymore. It's like 11 p.m. Not really. I don't even think it's that late. It's like 9:30. Oh my god. Anywho, I will update you guys tomorrow with how many pages I get read. Okay, it is Monday night. I will be honest, I didn't read a single page today. It was stormy here in Texas, and I was like one of 5 people at work today, so you would have thought it was a slow day, but alas, it was not somehow. That being said, it's only 9 p.m. and I usually aim to be, I have like a dog hair in my mouth, sorry. I usually aim to be in bed at like 10:30ish, like that's when I aim to be asleep, so I think I'm gonna go get cozy, like, you know, get ready for bed, do my skincare and such, and then go get cozy and lay down. And I think I want my next read to be City of Ashes. This is book 2 in the Mortal Instruments. One of my big goals for the year is to read all of the Cassandra Clare books, or like as many as possible at least. And I just finished book 1, like maybe 2 days ago now. I think I finished it on Saturday maybe, and it's Monday like I said, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start this. My other option is I do have a couple arcs on my Kindle I could read, but I don't know, maybe I should read a Kindle book. I also need to download my Kindle, like my book club's pick of the month. They have chosen Beth is Dead. I don't know anything about it other than it is lightly inspired by Little Women, which I've not read or seen. Like, I'd never watched the movie either. But according to my friends in book club, I can read this and be okay. The Kindle version is $10.99, but the hardcover is $15. So I'm like, kind of feel like I'd rather just buy the hardcover. But I also don't know if I'll like it. I don't know. I have a little bit of time to think about it. There was something else I was going to say, and it has completely, it's just brain dumped. I mean, I guess I could bring up the fact that tomorrow is a teleworking day. I'll be at home tomorrow, which is my first of 2 this week, because I think I've mentioned this maybe in another video. I'm now going to be teleworking 2 days a week, so that's a big change coming. It is now time to, like I said, get ready for bed and then read. Also, I know I said I was going to be doing a reading vlog for the Mortal Instruments. That's still coming. Book 1 took me a little bit longer than I was anticipating to read. Yeah, it's just, and with me not being able to record at work, it's really hard because I like will be reading it at work and I have all these reactions and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to share them with the guys. But then I don't have my camera, so reading vlogs are just hard unless I do them on the weekend, is what I'm trying to say. So let me know down in the comments below if you want me to record the Mortal Instruments, like all 3 of these, or just wait and binge the Clockwork Angel, Prince, and Princess, like that trilogy, during a weekend when I can do like a true legit reading vlog with you guys. If I do the Mortal Instruments, I think it'll have to wait a little bit, like it'll take me a little bit longer to get through them. But I can do both, obviously. Just let me know. Let me know what you think. But anywho, yeah, that's my update for Monday. I am really excited for tomorrow. I hope we read lots, and I will see you when I update next. Okay, it is 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday. I read a little bit today, like during breaks and while cooking, running errands, etc. You know the deal. I finished, I don't know where my copy went. Oh, it's up there. I finished approximately the last probably 100-ish pages of Any Trope But You. It was pretty good. I got it. If you saw, it was one of my Bookmas videos. My book club did a book exchange at the end of the year, and that was the book that I got like during the exchange. It was pretty good. I'm not a huge romance fan, so there were definitely lots of parts where I was rolling my eyes and just kind of over it, but like overall it was good. I'd say probably like a 3 stars. Like I probably won't think about it ever again, but I don't regret reading it. I mostly listened to it though, the audiobook. It is available on Libby. I mean, what else was I supposed to do, you know what I mean? But anywho, I will log off work here in about 30 minutes, so I need to, you know, do my closing tasks for the day, and then I have boxing on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. so I'll have about an hour and a half-ish that I can read or do other stuff. I can't decide if I want to go to boxing though, to be transparent. It has been icy, like I mentioned earlier this week, so I don't know that I want to leave my house. That being said, I did leave my house to go get Qdoba earlier, so what is the word I'm looking for? Dichotomy? It's a dichotomy up here, you know what I'm saying? Probably not, because that's probably not the right word. But anywho, all that to say, it's been a long day. But I'm hoping that I can read some more. My dogs have been stealing my reading chair literally all day, so hopefully I get that back and can read some more this afternoon. I read the first chapter of City of Ashes, book 2 in the Mortal Instruments last night, and I can't decide if I want to continue that. Like I do, but I don't know if I want to continue that today. I'm thinking I kind of want to read maybe on my Kindle for a little bit, or maybe start my next Brandon Sanderson. I'll probably just keep reading that. I don't know. I'll update you with what I do. I'm gonna be honest. I just got home from boxing and I feel like I'm gonna freaking die. Luckily though, my husband... Excuse you? Luckily though, my husband made me some dinner, thank God, because I think I would have died. I got hamburger with some french fries. It's still good. The reason I got on though is I want to update on my reading, which is like pretty much non-existent. I started listening to, I have an advanced listener's copy of To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. I started listening to that a little bit earlier, but I only got like 4% in. So far though, it's really good. It's giving me similar vibes to Silver Elite though, which is kind of weird. But that's like very, very, very first impressions. But these fries are so freaking good. They're the frozen Arby's ones. I don't think I'm gonna read right now. I think I'm gonna actually... Don't look at my controller super heavy, okay? It's my husband's controller and it looks ghetto. He stole my nice one. I think I'm gonna game for a little bit. Because this is a realistic week in my life. And you know what? I just don't feel like reading right now. I'm tired after boxing. I kind of want just a mind-numbing thing. I think I said this, like legit almost passed out at boxing. So I have a Waterboy workout recovery little liquid IV thing. It tastes so good. I get the strawberry lemonade. Not sponsored. Wish I was sponsored. That'd be awesome. But I have one of these and my hamburger. And I think I'm going to game for a little bit. My dad sent me the link earlier to a this one video game where if you play the demo, any progress you make during the demo, you can transfer to your actual save. So I'm going to try the demo because it's low risk. And then if I like it, I can always download the full game. And then obviously I'll read. Oh, frick. Obviously I'll read here in a little bit, like at nighttime. But for right now, my update is that I don't have an update, I guess. Other than my 4% of To Cage a Wild Bird, but anywho, I will update you guys more some later. What? I will update you guys some more later. Okay, I just finished my games for the night. I do need to go take a shower, and then I think I'm gonna hop in bed and start a Kindle read. I do have City of Ashes I could read, but something about Cassandra Clare. I almost called her Sarah J. Maas just then. Anywho, something about Cassie is she writes the longest chapters known to man. So I think I want to start a low-risk YA romance arc on my Kindle just to have something to read before bed that, like, yes, City of Ashes is YA, and it should take me no time at all to read. But guess what? It takes me forever because those chapters are so freaking long. But anywho, I'm gonna go shower now.
Before our enemies on with an axe.
Good morning, it's Thursday. I know what you're thinking, you skipped Wednesday. Also, I probably look a mess. You're right, for both. Yesterday was my husband and Pierce Brown's, I'd like to point that out too, birthday. So instead of reading or anything last night, he and I went and got dinner and watched a movie and just kind of hung out. So I didn't read. Funny story, I accidentally ordered our dinner at, he wanted Wingstop. And there's a Wingstop, I'm not kidding, like down the street from our house, like probably a 3-minute drive. And instead of ordering it at that one, I accidentally ordered it at the one that's like a 20-minute drive away from our house. So we didn't eat our dinner till like 8:30 last night. I felt really bad, but we got him a cookie cake and some drinks, some fun little drinkies and some stuff. Watched our movie and it was great, but it was definitely later than we meant to do everything. So that being said, I didn't read, because if you've watched these corporate vlogs before, you'd also know that Wednesdays are usually really heavy-hitting work days for me. I have meetings pretty much all afternoon, like from 1 to 4 pretty much. So I had like no breaks, nothing to do, no free time. So I did not read, I don't think at all yesterday actually, which is the very first time I think since 2026 started that I didn't read like at least a page. I've been pretty good about reading every single day so far this year. So rest in peace that, I guess. But today is our first time doing a second telework day. So I'm hoping maybe today we can get some reading in. I think I have an audiobook I kind of want to listen to depending on how things are going. I have City of Ashes and my Roles and Rivalry arc that I've started both this week. Also, I scratched the frick out of my Kindle. I have a screen protector on it, but like, can you even see that? It's right down there. I scratched it. I'm really upset about it. Oh, also, guys, another absolutely crazy thing happened yesterday. They announced that Brandon Sanderson is going to be getting not only a movie, or potentially multiple movies for Mistborn, but the Stormlight Archive is getting a TV series. I'm not one who usually gets excited about adaptations. Like, I don't know that I care a ton. There's never been like a show or a movie adaptation that I'm like, yeah, okay, well, that was a lie, Harry Potter. But beyond that, like, I feel like most of them are good, but not great. Whatever. Anywho, this one though, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Also, I am gonna redo my nails today. They were chipping kind of a lot yesterday at work, so I think I might start my morning with a face mask and then Alani because I am so tired. Like I said, my husband and I were up later than we usually stay up because we didn't even start watching the movie he wanted to watch for his birthday till like, I don't know, 8:30 or 9. And then we didn't go to sleep. I think we fell asleep on the couch at like 10 or 11. But anywho, the moral of the story is I'm tired. So I think I'm going to do this face mask while I start my work day, get logged in, etc. Oh, it's like actually green. I have a matcha face mask and like can you see that? Let me pull it up. It's like legitimately green. Like this might have some real matcha going on in here, but anywho. Ooh, it kind of actually looks really gross. I've never tried this brand before. My mom got it for me in my stocking at Christmas. It is the Live Clean. It smells really good though. Okay, just says apply to your skin. It doesn't say there's like a specific side you want to make sure is on or anything, so. Oh, my dog thinks this is a treat. I'm sorry, Zoe. It's not a treat. Actually, it's a face mask. See, like this? I don't know. I can't see. Okay. It is cold as heck. It's been sitting on my windowsill in my bedroom. That's where I store my face masks. Oh my god. It's really cold. I hate when they go in your nose. Okay, the eye hole in this one is really tiny. But it's on. I'm gonna wear it for the next half hour. I feel like with it on I have to whisper now, but anywho, I will update you guys a little bit this afternoon. Oh, also I thought of another update. I won a Goodreads giveaway this morning, which is super exciting. I think I've won one in the past. It's for Kindle. This one is for a physical book, so that's really exciting. It was one I applied for on a whim. It's called like Love on Ice. It's like about I think it's a YA hockey romance type situation, but I'll read it. I'm excited. But I'll do an unboxing with you guys when it gets here. Okay, so I'm about 30% through To Cage a Wild Bird. I'm listening to it. I can't tell if it's published or not yet. Like, I think it's published in other countries because on NetGalley, where I got the advanced listener's copy, it says it released October 5th or something like that. But if you go to Goodreads, it says it doesn't release till like March, I believe, March or April. So I'm not really sure if it's out or not. There's a plot point happening right now. I'm about 30% through. That just feels very convenient. And I can't tell if it's convenience for like plot sake, like if it's just kind of like a, oh, well, this will move the plot along, so we're just going to do it and ignore all the logistics kind of thing. Or if it's convenient because like it's plot sake, but in the sense of like there is somebody, you know, pulling these strings to make stuff convenient, if you catch my drift without spoilers. So I don't know. I really like it so far though. The first like 20% was giving me the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're like in that prison and it's kind of just like, you know, they're all rocking around trying to set the tone and like establish themselves in this prison setting. And then now that I'm about 30% through, the vibe has shifted more to like a Hunger Games kind of setting, and I really like it so far. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a trilogy or a series, I'm not really sure, but I'm really intrigued to see where the rest of this book goes and like where it ends up. And like where it ends up in a sense of like, I'm 30% through and a lot has happened, but also not enough for me to know how this book is going to end, but like in a good way. Like, I'm really curious what happens next, I guess, is all I'm trying to say. Also, an exciting thing happened this morning. I got approved for an arc for Operation Bounce House. This is Matt Dinneman's next release, and I'm really, really excited to read this. It's going to the very tippy top of my priority TBR because here in like 2-ish weeks from the day I'm recording this, at least, my husband and I actually have tickets to go meet Matt Dinneman. He's doing like a tour for Operation Bounce House, and with our ticket we get a signed copy of the book, so I'll have a little shelf trophy of that, and then we can take 2 additional items to get signed, so signed and personalized. So I think I'm going to take my copy of Dungeon Crawler Carl that I had Jeff Hayes sign at Dragonsteel, and then my husband is going to take our 2 friends' books because we don't need multiple copies of our book signed necessarily. And then I think, now that I have the arc of this, I'm kind of tempted to have that be my second item that gets personalized, because then it'd be a fun little trophy, and I'm hoping I can read this and talk to him about it. So I think that'll be really cool. If I don't get Operation Bounce House personalized, I have a couple of merch items that I'm thinking about getting signed, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Anywho, also an update about teleworking, just like the work from home life. I love the ability to work from home, but specifically in the lunch variety. I just had made some vodka sauce for lunch with some leftover Alfredo from dinner a couple nights ago, and I'm ecstatic because that's not the type of meal that I can just like cook at work. So gotta always look at the bright side of things. But okay, it is Thursday, which means it is Boxing Night, which I'm running a little late to be honest. It is Boxing Night, which means I am about to take an hour break to, oh my god, from reading to go to boxing, duh. But what I'm trying to say is I did read a little bit more today during the day, during work. I'm still trying to get the whole tripod in the car thing to work, obviously. I read another 30, no, probably like 20 more percent of, what was I even reading? To Cage a Wild Bird. It was pretty good. I liked it, but like pretty much I have no updates from the last time I read, to be honest. Like it's very predictable so far. A bunch of stuff that I was like, yeah, this is obvious, like this makes sense to me, just happened. Like we learned about some alliances and like some people that are acting a little suspicious. She's like, oh, that's weird that they're on the same team as me, or whatever. And I'm like, well, girl, duh, like why else would they be acting like that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But like I do like it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having mixed feelings. So far, I'm getting like a 3.754 star rating feeling from it because, like I said earlier, I think it does remind me of It does remind me of some other stuff that I've read before. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just like it feels very reminiscent. Like, the way everyone was saying Silver Elite felt like AI. To me, this one feels more like AI. Like, it just feels like a bunch of stories that I've already read before thrown together. And like I said, it's definitely not bad. It's just like getting a little predictable. And I'm like, it's okay, like it's not the worst, but it's also not the best. But I still have another 50%, so that feeling could change drastically. Like, so much could happen that I still don't know. But I do kind of have more of a feeling of where the direction of the story is going now. Like, I kind of think I know a potential of what's going to happen. So, yeah, I will keep updating. Like I mentioned, I do have my hour boxing class right now, though. So I'm going to go do that. My goal this year is to get into the gym 3 days a week. So 2 of those are my boxing class if I keep going. and then I usually go on Saturdays if I'm, in town and available. So we have boxing, and then I think, to be honest, when I get home, I kind of want to play a game, but this week I've not read hardly at all, so I'm just gonna have to see what I do. I'm kind of leaning towards game for a little bit and then read before bed. I think I mentioned this in one of the clips from earlier this week, but I've been playing a demo for a game that releases in 2 weeks, I think, or maybe less than a week. It releases sometime soon. And if you play the demo, any progress you make can go towards the actual game. But if you pre-order it, you also get a bunch of stuff. So I'm playing the demo not only to potentially make progress, but to also figure out if I even want to buy it. But I think the cutoff to pre-order it is in a couple days. So I am kind of prioritizing that this week over reading. But yeah, like I said, we'll just have to see what I do, because I genuinely can't decide what to do. Anywho, I'm just rambling. The whole point of this update was to say I did read more, but unsure how much more we will read today. Anywho. Y'all already knows what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to wear some blue light glasses though to help my eyeballs, because they kind of hurt this week. I got Brahms for dinner, because a chocolate shake totally counts towards my protein goals, right? Anywho, I'm gonna play my little game. It is 9:15. Gonna play probably for only 20 minutes, and then we are gonna go to bed and read. I think I'm gonna soft DNF Rules and Rivalry for now, so that I can start Operation Bounce House, because I really want to finish that. I didn't even know I had a little visitor. You are so cute. I'm so happy I cleaned off my chair so they'll all sit there. Look at her! Oh my gosh. But anywho, yeah, I'm a game now. Goodbye. Hello friends, it is now Saturday. Bad news, it's the Saturday that this video is supposed to go up, so I'm in my blue light glasses because, alas, I'm in the mood to game a little bit this week. The vibes were very non-bookish, which was okay, because the idea of these videos, this corporate America girly, if you will, is to show a realistic week in my life. And the reality this week was I didn't want to read. I do, but I just don't. I was really busy at work all week. Had a really busy week after work all week. Wednesday was my husband's birthday. Tuesday and Thursday I have boxing, so those are usually kind of busy days. Yesterday after work we got home and watched the third Lord of the Rings, and by third Lord of the Rings watching, I mean I slept through the third Lord of the Rings. So I didn't read last night either. That being said, though, at work yesterday I did read about 20 pages. Had a pretty busy day, but also not. It was one of those weird days where I technically got nothing done, but also didn't, I wasn't busy, but I also wasn't not busy, I guess. I was bored, but in a way where I didn't do anything. I don't know how to describe it. I didn't read. I didn't do anything. Working Fridays, I guess. They're usually super slow. But anywho, I'm gonna play my game for a little bit, and then I'm gonna read this afternoon, but who knows how many pages those will be, because I think I'm gonna stop this video right here. Yeah, I think my total pages this week, if I'm being generous, was 500, but most of what I read this week was audiobooks, which I find really hard to calculate. So anywho, I'll take this stuff off for a second. With that being said, it was definitely a slower week than normal, but that is okay, because reading is still reading in my book, no matter how many pages or what you read. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching this week's video, and I will see you in the next one.